The moon affects our emotional nature. It affects an area that's very important for black males particularly to understand during this period. It affects the unconscious level of our psyches, of the subconscious, where the dark levels and layers of thought rest dormant. That's what this planet activates in the danger field. It also activates, of course, dreams, our passions. And when you say passions, you don't just mean romance, you also mean anger and aggression. You also mean fear, hatred. The moon activates those. One of the big indicators of that is the fact that during the full moon cycle, which only lasts 2.5 days, if you're living in the inner city, you hear the result of the moon. The sirens go off like door buzzers. The police is chasing somebody every 5 minutes. That's the kind of energy response we tend to get in our world. Moodiness, uncalled for anger and despondency is also another problem. That doesn't mean the moon is negative. That means the person who responds that way is on that kind of emotional slant. And all something doing, the energy of the moon is doing is punching the buttons. So if you keep your spiritual consciousness, emotional level up, then you get a benevolent feeling from the moon. You get a harmonious feeling from the moon. You get a smoother feeling from the moon. Women during their cycle get ate up by the moon with their PMS stuff, you know. And what the yogis are saying is that because their blood is charged with too much physical flush, big meat eaters, when women who become vegetarians clear most of the fatty substances out of their blood, they only spot a little bit for a day or two and then it's over. You know, the average American, particularly female, eats probably a cow a week. You know, with the hamburgers, the Burger Kings, and the McDonald's, man. You know, of course, half that stuff is something else. We're eating too much meat, and we're not in the era of lusting after the flesh. Okay, that isn't where we are. But we've learned how to eat meat. You know, most folks feel like they're starving to death and got a big old ham hock on the stove or on the plate. They feel like they ain't had no dinner, you know. That's training. It's been handed forward, handed forward, handed forward. Okay, I didn't intend to dwell on it too much, but sustainer of life, the maintenance of things is maintained by your emotional pool. If your emotions are erratic, you're going to find yourself moving. Getting a job, quitting a job. Moving here, moving out. Getting a sister, quitting a sister. Okay? If your emotions are like that, that's what you're going to be doing. If you wonder why.